Okay, Jakob, today a tough match against Hungary. Can you please give your thoughts on it?
Well, we had a few close matches where we're a bit unlucky, and today was not one of them. At some point, I thought we were going to lose 4-0. Actually, we played poorly, and we didn't deserve any more than we got. So Humpy had a very innocent-looking position, and suddenly just went entirely wrong for her on the king side, and she lost a pawn. And I thought she was sort of recovering. I didn't manage to calculate all the nuances myself, but then she came into a rook ending which was just dead lost, and her opponent converted it very, very safely. Heike was pressing a little bit with white on board 2, and was going fine, and then at some point it sort of went the wrong way, and she was her e5 pawn were gone, and around that point I was nervous. This is going to be like a day from hell. She managed to recover the pawn and make a draw, but it was still not a great game for us. On board 3, our preparation simply went a bit wrong. Still Tanya got a decent position. Around move 18 to 20, there were repeating moves, and Tanya thought for a while and decided to play on with f5, which I think was a poor decision. But if she'd won the game and we had 2-2, it would have been a fantastic team decision. It's who knows. And yeah, so I think a few moves later she simply blundered that white could come in with rook d7. She was already down to a few minutes. And after that, there was too many weaknesses. She's lost a pawn, and there were still weaknesses. And her opponent didn't have to play very well to convert it. On the 4th board, Eesha played some quite solid line with white, give a little pressure, but she didn't really know how to play it. And when the position became equal, she sort of didn't do anything to secure the draw. And suddenly she was quite a bit worse. And I think if you run through a big computer program, you're going to find a win for black in some way when the pawn's down on a3. I thought bishop f5 was wrong, and after that white can always make a draw, but there was many scary things like queen h2 in some positions, and couldn't prevent it. It was probably, we should probably be happy with a draw in that game. Maybe 3.5 was a fair result, but that's all we deserved. So 3-1. We're now 4 points, 3-4 points after the leaders, and there's a lot of them. There's only 3 rounds left. We're not gonna collect anything this time. As a trainer, I've learned a lot about my teams, their strengths and their weaknesses. I think it would have been very useful if I had been at the Asian Games in Iran, and we could have maybe repaired some of them in advance, but this was the shot we had, and it was over. Now, of course, there's still a chance for individual board medals on board 1 and 3. Before today, Tanya was clearly the best performing player on board 3 in the entire tournament. I haven't told her this. It's a team tournament, it's not an individual event, and Humphrey was one of the best performing players on board 1. Actually, her opponent is probably the only player who was performing better than her, so you know, there can still be some individual medals coming home. But I don't know if you noticed, the boys, they're playing really well, and it's a pleasure to see that. You know, it's on the big screen far away, and I can still just see it. Maybe in 2 years' time it's already gone, but I could follow that at least when looking at our own games was so painful. And I really feel for the players because they worked very, very hard, and today just didn't work out. And we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll fight, and we'll see where we take it from there.
Well, we appreciate the fact that you came to share your thoughts in spite of the loss. Just one question,
well,
if you...
It's sports, you know. We all go home and sleep in our comfy beds and have our nice meals, and then we wake up and have, you know, roof over our head and so on. And it's more fun to win than to lose. But you know, if there has to be winners, there has to be losers. It's a zero-sum game, and I don't see why I should hide because we lost. But of course, I'm disappointed.
We wanted to ask you one question, if you would like to answer this. Any thoughts on why Padmini was rested today and Eesha was played?
Well, both of them are good players, and yesterday Padmini had a nice safe draw with black, but essentially it was close to no game at all. So Eesha had some good games and some bad games here, and Padmini also had a really horrible game here. None of them are really in good shape, and you know, I don't see why Eesha, because of losing a game, should sort of be packed away. We shouldn't talk to her anymore or anything like this. They're players of maybe similar strength. I think when they play well, Eesha is a stronger player. It's reflected by the rating. When they play badly, then probably it doesn't matter. So Padmini played well yesterday. Played some bad game earlier in the tournament. She'll be back later, you know. But I want to say this one thing clear, that we did start out with 4 players in a reserve, and not with 5 players, which all have a right to play. And the players are perfectly happy with this. Padmini understands her role, and there's been no conflict, no tension. Everyone's been really supportive of each other. Sometimes it's just not a very generous game, and today we've got to feel the boot.
Thank you so much, Jacob, for
You're
sharing
very
your thoughts.
welcome.